Hey guys, welcome back to Nature's Cadence Farm. Today we're going to be working on our skid steer, but we're actually going to be working on our FAE mulching head. So this is a UML SSL 150, and what I'm going to be doing is replacing the chains that hang down below the head behind the drum. And we're missing a lot of them. I'm going to take you in here and show you, and then I'm going to show you how to get these bars out of here to get these new chains put on. So let's get started. You can see most of the chains are missing here underneath of the head, right behind the drum here, right in the middle. That's where where you mulch the most. You can see some of these over here are still hanging down, and these are help protect the operator, the cab, from getting beat up so bad with all the debris coming off of the rotor. So let's get in here. I'm going to show you how to get these chains out. So on both sides you're going to have this block right here and then this bolt in here, and this bolt is a 6mm Allen head, and you can see you just loosen that up. What I had to do with mine was heat it up a little bit with the torch, and that gave me the ability to get the bolt loose. And so once you remove that, this one I've got kind of finger tightened, so I can go ahead and remove it for you. And so behind this, what you'll see once you get that off is you'll see these two bars here sticking out a little bit, and both of these blocks actually capture those bars in there. So then what you'll do, and I'll show you, I'm going to tap on this from this side, and I went ahead and removed this block and everything from the other side too. You want to make sure you do that. And that'll drive the bar, away from you and start releasing the chains. This is the punch I'm going to use, and I'll put some links down below for this stuff, so check that out. And I've just got a 16-ounce claw hammer right now. I'm just going to kind of persuade it with that. So we're going to put that on there, and you can see I've got a chain hanging off of here. So let's go ahead and drive this that way, and there you go. So when I got as far as I could go with this punch, I couldn't get any further. I was going to kind of lose it in there. I went ahead and stopped, and I picked up this piece of 1/2-inch round stock here. This is just some hot rolled something, and but the main thing is it's 1/2 inch, so it's a lot smaller than the actual hole itself. And so let's go ahead, and I'm going to start driving this in from way back here, and that'll help punch that bar out, because it's a little tight in there. It's just got a lot of junk built up. Got all of our chain out and the rods out, and let me take you over there and I'll show you what those rods look like. Here's those two rods. You can see they've got a little bit of wear on them, but I think they are more than adequate for what we need. You can see these little bumps right here, so looks good to me. We're gonna go ahead and get the new chain put on there. Alright, now that we got everything cleaned up and ready for the new chain, we're going to go ahead and cut these guys here. So I need 6 links. That's how many links the old ones had. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'm going to cut the 7th link here. So what I'm going to use for that are these bolt cutters here. And I'll put links to all this stuff down in the description. So when I go to cut these, I like to, chain especially, I like to cut into a box. And that's mean like I'll put the chain inside of it and cut it inside of there. That'll help, keep those links from flying all over the place. So let's go ahead and open up our bolt cutters and slide the chain in there. That's just in case something goes flying. So there's one side. Now the other side is right here. So we open up our bolt cutters again, put that in there, put everything in the box, and cut it. And there's our little link. So let's go ahead and put this in the head. Got our new piece of chain here, and I'm going to go ahead and start on the back side. And so let's go ahead and get the bar started in the hole there. We just slide our chain up in the groove and slide the bar forward, and there you go. So I'll keep going. I got all the rest of these to do, and I'll get back with you when they're in. You can see I've got most all of the chains left. There's only one left here. I had Mrs. Cadence come over and help me put these in, but some of them I had to put in by myself, and I had to come up with a technique to make it work by myself, because if you put it up in here, this chain is just gonna fall right back down. So what I did was put the chain in here, and then I pushed it all the way to the top, and then I used this awl like this right here, and would shove it up in there, and then that would hold the chain in place while I drove the pin in. So let's go do that. There you go. So once that pin gets all the way through there, you can go ahead and remove the awl. Here's all the chains installed, and they look amazing. You can remember what the old ones looked like. They were really bad. As I was driving the pins in, you can see I've got some ridges that kind of built up on these pins. So all I'm going to do is just come through here with the angle grinder and just clean those up. Just going to check fit to make sure these little interface holes are going to align with those bars, and they are. So that's perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and drive these the rest of the way in, and go ahead and put our bolt in. There we go, just like that. So we're going to go ahead and get our bolt. I got some new hardware for this, since I don't know when the next time I'll be taking it apart. So we're going to go ahead and tighten this down. 6mm Allen head again. Alright guys, well there you go. The install went fairly well. It wasn't too difficult. The hardest part was getting the old rods out, but with a little bit of help from that 1/2-inch piece of steel, it really made the job a lot easier. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.